If you are a rookie carjacker and you find yourself trapped like a rat in a luxury SUV and you have no way to get it out, what would you do? I will go through the mistakes of what Eddie has made and what steps are needed to be done in order to survive the psychotic nightmare in the movie Lock.
I just want to introduce you to a little taste of hell.
Here, is this what you want?
I want justice.
Directed by David Yarovesky, the cast of the movie are as follows: Bill Skarsgård as Eddie and Sir Anthony Hopkins as William. The movie starts off with Eddie needing money to fix his car, but he's short on cash. He goes around asking people for cash, calling people for favors, and even steal water to earn money.
Eddie, could you spot me some cash? Oh.
What's worse is he's a deadbeat dad who left his daughter high and dry while she was waiting for him to pick her up after school. He tried to do some carjacking, but most doors are locked. In one particular car, a dog scared him to death and gave the dog some water because it was thirsty.
Yeah, I'm having a rough day too.
There you go.
Then, Eddie sees a luxury SUV out in the opening, waiting for the golden opportunity bigger to be broken into. What Eddie don't know will be the biggest mistake he ever made, and this will be the start of a brutal nightmare. He opens the doors and gets in the car looking for some stuff, and when he realizes he can't get out, he panics. He tries to kick the window, which is bulletproof. The door is locked. He cannot get any signal on his cell phone, and he cannot crank the car. He sees a crowbar, but nothing will budge.
I've invested a lot of time and money into this project.
He also has a gun, which he stupidly shoots himself the window, which ricocheted and hit him in the leg.
The walls are bulletproof. I've also jammed the cellular.
And stick his arm in the compartment, which he's injured himself. Okay, first, Eddie, when you see a nice SUV sticking out like a sore throat for no reason, you don't go to it, you just keep walking. There's a chance that someone might be watching and probably fall into his trap. Second, since the bulletproof roof glass and no way to break it out for now, that crowbar might be a very useful weapon later on down the line if it's happened to be him, and especially that gun, if you still have more bullets. Third, I don't feel sorry for him for trying to break into the car, and the worst is yet to come. When you do something desperate, you tend to get in trouble. As Eddie trying to find his way out, someone is calling him and he decided to ignore the call because he wants to get out and he's hungry. Finally, Eddie answers the phone and it's William, the owner of the car.
My name is William. I'm the owner of this car.
He's not happy with Eddie and he's going to teach him a lesson.
What do you want?
Thou shalt not steal. That's not complicated, is it?
Eddie starts to give William an attitude problem and look up to see William standing at the patio looking down on him. Because of Eddie's attitude problem, William ignored him for the night, lowered the temperature to cool, and played some music, which irritated him to death, and Eddie realized he screwed up pretty badly.
So this was your plan?
To let me die.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Eddie's engine was all patched up after he went to sleep the first time. Alright, Eddie. 1. You guys have got to be the dumbest person in the world. The one person who potentially gets you out is not letting you out because of your attitude. You already did one bad thing by breaking into the man's car. 2. He needs to start thinking about how he can conserve food and drink and find a way how to use a bathroom as possible. 3. If I was Eddie, I would apologize to him and work some type of deal to see if he can let me out or give me some food because it looks like it's going to be a long day. 4. I will leave a voice message on my phone and send it to my daughter and hope she send it to her mom for help to see if anyone can find me and get me out. Eddie apologized about how he was acting and William cut off the AC. He tells Eddie there's a bottle of water underneath the seat and Eddie drinks it all up. Next, Eddie needs to use the restroom and decides to pee in a water bottle. William explains to him that he wants to teach him a lesson because he wants to talk and tell him how crooked people always get away with everything.
Let you die? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Wouldn't want to ruin all the fun.
William believes the best way to teach someone a lesson is to take matters in his own hands. Eddie argues that the poor people are always struggling and the rich people get away with everything. Notice when Eddie started to use cuss words at it or get smart. William shocked Eddie in the car to show him he's not messing around.
Did you just tase me?
Please don't tase me! Don't tase me, bro!
I want you to experience the consequences of your actions.
Because of the conversation did not go so well, William ignored him for the second day in a row. This time, turned up the heat on him and played another the same boring music to make Eddie suffer.
Stop! Don't do this!
Okay, 1. Clearly Eddie is not thinking straight. Getting an attitude with William is either going to get him shot or going to get him ignored for the rest of the night. He's also tormenting him just playing the same music all day long. 2. If I was Eddie, I would find out more information about William to see what this is about and maybe I can win him over. 3. Also, if I can try to talk to him to see if I can convince him to come to the car since I have a gun and a crossbar. He may or may not come to the SUV, but it's an option I have to have in the back of my head. And 4, I just hope that my daughter send a message to her mom and hopefully she get me some help. William speaks to him and wants to make a deal. He wants Eddie's social security number for some food. If I were Eddie, I would take that because I need to eat. However, since his wallet is gone, he cannot quench his thirst. Eddie takes the cookie out from the glove compartment and sees a kill switch that could turn off the car. When Eddie tries to get underneath the glove compartment to turn off the kill switch, William shocks him and tells him to keep his hands where he can see it.
Keep your hands where I can see him.
So now the car is rigged with cameras. Eddie starts to get thirsty and he starts to do the unthinkable. Remember that water bottle that he peed in it? Well, he did it. And he drinks it, which is so disgusting in so many ways.
So I had to drink my own pee.
Oh, that's nasty.
Next, Eddie starts to mash button. SUV car cranks up and he gets excited thinking he can go home. But William teasing him, thinking he can drive off the sunset. But he cuts the car off. The next day, William decided to give Eddie a joyride.
Just tell me what you want.
The driver in the neighborhood explaining to him about the security of the area. Then eliminates 2 people, run them over for beating some innocent random in a dark alley.
I just want to introduce you to Little Taste of Hell.
And tries to run over Eddie's daughter after Eddie's supposed to pick her up from school. But the little girl knew Eddie was not coming and wanted to scare Eddie to make him think he's going to run her over, but he didn't, and he eventually parked the car at the end of the pier. One, this guy is really psycho. He killed all 2 people plus almost ran over his daughter to torment him. Then he gets some information about the whereabouts of his daughter and girlfriend where they stay at. If I was Eddie, I would not try to make him any mad where he already is and wait for my opportunity to strike whenever he comes to the car. 2, we have a game changer now. There's a kill switch at my disposal as an option if necessary.
Is a game changer.
3, since I have a gun and a crowbar as my option, I could just agree with everything he says and wait for the right opportunity to strike when he tried to come to the car. Eddie finally gets a chance to meet William in person. Eddie lashes out at him, which leads to shocking him again. He tells Eddie to tie himself underneath the car so he can get loose. William puts a big bag on the seat in the back, which appear to be digging tools. William drives the car and they trade tirades to insult each other, which leads to William purposely brakes the car to hit Eddie's head on the dashboard multiple times. William also emptied Eddie's gun to prevent himself from more self-inflicted moves or execution. Eddie decides to get smart now and finally hit the kill switch under the glove compartment, and both men crash into the middle of nowhere, which both men temporarily knock each other out. Eddie gets even more smarter and broke loose and tried to fight him, but William shoot around, ricochet off the 2 windows, killed himself. William's last word was, "That was fun."
Whoa, that was fun.
Eddie is not out of the woods yet because the SUV is on fire, and Eddie finds a tool, break out the window, escapes in time for being blown up, and get to school just in time to pick up his daughter, and the movie ends. Alright, Eddie, my guy, none of this would have happened if you did not try to steal the man's car. You basically screwed yourself.
You know you don't up, right?
If you had got a decent job, You would have already had your car fixed and you went over there to pick up your dog, but instead you resort to carjacking. You would never shot yourself or injured yourself in the first place and none of this would happen, but instead it started a chain of events. 3. You would not have to spend several days in the car trying to drink a bottle of water, eat a cookie, and the worst thing of all, you drank your own pee in the process, which was disgusting.
So I had to drink my own pee.
Oh, that's nasty.
4. If you were even nicer to William, you would have gotten out of the situation way earlier and then maybe you would have worked something out. Instead, you technically killed 2 people in the process, and if the police would find out, you were going to jail. Most importantly, learn to listen to people when all he wanted to do is talk. William was just looking for a friend to talk to. In the end, you managed to fight back. I'll give you credit for that. Let this be a lesson for you or anyone who tried to carjack a psychopathic car. I bet you will regret the day and consider making better life choices. What would you do differently if you were trapped in an SUV, or would you just not even waste your time trying to break into a man's car in the first place? Movie was okay, and they were very suspenseful, and I bet Eddie will get a job now. Next time you consider carjacking someone's car, just don't do it. If you want to see more movie reviews, press the like, share, and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next movie review.
Let you die? Oh, you wouldn't want to ruin all the fun, would I?
I just want to introduce you to a little taste of hell.